Alright, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about campaign finance, so let's do it. Alright, so really this video is all about the debate about the role of money in politics. So if we go back to the 1970s, the US Supreme Court ruled that spending money is a form of free speech. Now, that might sound odd at first, but if you think about it, it kind of does make sense. The idea is that sometimes you want to speak to more than just the people around you. And one of the ways to spread those ideas might be to, let's say, make a commercial and get it aired on TV or on social media. You might want to put some message on a billboard or something like that, advertise in a magazine or online. Well, these things cost money. Therefore, if you want to exercise your free speech, often that requires you to be able to spend money in the way that you want so that you can get your message out there. Alright, so far so good, but the problem arises when we realize that obviously some people have more money than others, and sometimes a lot more money than others. And in this context, we're not just thinking about advertising something that you want to sell or a product, but rather advertising and speaking about your political opinions and trying to influence others to vote a certain way. And this is where it becomes tricky, because if we acknowledge that spending money is a form of free speech, the question becomes, well, does that imply that some people have more speech than others? Are some people able to influence politics more than other people can? This is where the issue becomes highly controversial and can be problematic. So we have pieces of legislation and Supreme Court rulings that are both dealing with and grappling with this very issue. So consider the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act, better known as BICRA. What BICRA did was it set out to limit the amount of money that can be involved in politics. And so it had a number of things to it. We're going to just focus on a couple of them. One is that it banned soft money. Soft money refers to money that people would contribute to a political party for so-called party-building activities. So this wouldn't be for a particular candidate, it wouldn't be to a particular person, but rather to the party, which could then use that money and distribute it among candidates as it so desired. So this was kind of a way to get around other limits, because we do have limits on how much you're allowed to give directly to a particular candidate. And the reason is to try to avoid corruption. There is a fear that if a person gives a lot of money to a particular candidate, that person will then expect some kind of favors, some favorable legislation or policies being made to benefit him or her, the person who gave all that money, and so that's usually seen as kind of a bad idea. So soft money had been a loophole around that. So BICRA bans that, says, all right, no more with this loophole. Another aspect of BICRA is that it's had something called the stand by your ad provision, which is the idea that you have to actually put your name on your political ad. So we've probably all heard this a million times. At the end of a political commercial, sometimes the person comes on at the end and you hear, I'm Barack Obama and I approve this message. I'm Hillary Clinton. I'm Mitt Romney. I'm Donald Trump and I approve this message. And the idea was that hopefully this would reduce the amount of negative attack ads. So they felt like maybe if they put their name on that ad, they'll be less likely to be so negative. And so that was another thing that BICRA did. Now if we fast forward to a Supreme Court case in 2010 called Citizens United versus F.E.C. That's the Federal Election Commission. And the idea here is that the Supreme Court is going to overrule part of BICRA. It's going to get rid of that ban on soft money. So basically, post-2010, now soft money contributions are once again allowed. And their reasoning was that this is a violation of the First Amendment. People have free speech rights. But Citizens United didn't stop there. If that's all it did, it might not be that big of a deal. But what it actually did was, again, it reinforced that notion that spending money is a form of free speech. But now it said that corporations are people and therefore have free speech rights. Therefore, corporations can contribute money to political campaigns. Now, I know that this could be a little confusing, so stay with me. Corporations cannot give money directly to a candidate. BICRA said that, and the Supreme Court and Citizens United upheld that. So even today, corporations cannot give money directly to a candidate. But what they are able to do is create something known as a super PAC. PAC stands for Political Action Committee. So before we get to super PAC, we have to talk about what a PAC is. So let's go to a regular PAC. So a PAC, a Political Action Committee, is an organization set up by typically an interest group, a labor union, a corporation, some kind of group, and it is used to raise money for political campaigns. And the idea is that they can raise an unlimited amount of money from people, so citizens, people like you and I. Once you've given as much as you can to candidates directly, your next point of action is to start giving to a PAC. And so you can raise an unlimited amount of money through a PAC. And then that PAC can spend an unlimited amount of money. It has to be separate and not coordinating with the actual campaign, but it can make ads independent of the campaign to support or attack the opponents. Now, a super PAC goes a little bit further. Same idea, unlimited amount of money that they can raise, unlimited amount of money that they can spend, but where super PACs are different is it's not just individual people who can give to them like with a regular PAC. With a super PAC, corporations can now give an unlimited amount of money to a super PAC. By the way, the real name of a super PAC, it's called an Independent Expenditure Only Committee, meaning that this type of committee cannot give any money directly to a candidate, but what it can do is raise an unlimited amount of money, and it can spend an unlimited amount of money provided that it is separate from the campaign. So this allows corporations now to give an unlimited amount of money, and that has proven to be highly controversial, with some, including dissenting justice in that Supreme Court case, Justice Stevens, basically arguing that this was going to destroy the fabric of American democracy. Now, we're about 9 years removed from this, and we have seen a tremendous increase in the amount of money being spent on political campaigns. And this debate between free speech on the one hand and protecting democracy on the other, it continues to rage onwards even today. So that's it for this video. Until next time, this has been a Money Production. Alright, thanks again for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Again, help me out. Help me get these videos to other AP Gov students. I'll see you guys next time.